Hi everyone, I'm Dave Barger, Chief Executive Officer with JetBlue Airways, and I'm out here at JFK Airport, and we're in our ramp control tower out at Terminal 5. It's always a nice place to see what's happening at the operation at our home base of operations, Kennedy Airport. And I'm really delighted to be here with Nick Calio. Nick is our President and Chief Executive Officer with the Airlines for America. That's a trade association based in Washington, D.C., representing our industry. Nick, great to have you here out at Kennedy Airport.
Thanks, Dave. Great to be here.
Always nice to have you. And it's as we talk about the industry, it's always nice to share with you. You've done this before, talking to our customers, talking to our crew members about different aspects of aviation, and that theme of aviation taxes and fees. That's the headline of today's educational piece. Nick, when a customer purchases a ticket here in the United States, it's how much of that is really air transportation between Kennedy and wherever we fly, or domestic airline flying, and how much of it is really going to the government in the way of taxes and fees?
Well, right now, as of July, Dave, 21% of every ticket goes to the federal government in taxes and fees paid by airlines and their passengers. So if you buy a $300 round-trip ticket, that's $62 that goes to the government. And the passengers don't know that, because there's another rule that the government requires airlines, JetBlue, to publish that price as if it's the base fare, $300. So the passenger assumes that JetBlue is getting all that money to fly the passenger, and that's not the case.
So when you think of it, has this gone up over time, Nick? I mean, we started our operation out here in 2000 when JetBlue came to life as an airline, and so we're now in our 15th year. I mean, again, we're willing to pay our share. This isn't an educational piece about, hey, listen, I don't want to pay my fair share. But what's happened with airline ticket pricing? What's happened with the theme of taxes and fees as well over time?
Well, you can put it in context this way. In 2013, airlines and their passengers paid over $19 billion in taxes. In the last 13 years, base fares, airline fares, have gone down 8%. Federal taxes and fees have gone up 49%, all paid by the passengers. And again, most passengers don't ever know that. They assume that the airline is charging them $300 to fly them from point A to point B, and in fact, the federal government is getting a lot of it. And you're right, we don't mind paying our fair share. We should, but we're paying a lot more than our fair share. Airlines and their passengers are now taxed at rates higher than alcohol and tobacco, which are taxed at rates to discourage their use. We should be encouraging people to fly because of what it does for the economy.
It's interesting too, because when you think about a $300 ticket, I mean, if I'm purchasing a hotel room, or if I'm at a restaurant, and I look at my itemized, well, what happens? I mean, isn't it the same for an airline customer? I mean, you get the item. It's not itemized in terms of the ticket pricing or advertising?
No, you advertise your fare as $300, and under this rule, you cannot say right underneath, okay, here's your base fare, $300, and by the way, here's how much it's federal tax and fees. You have to put it in smaller font in a different place. Yeah. So it's hidden. That allows the government, in our view, to keep taxing people. They use Bill Schuster, the chairman of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, puts it best. He says the government continually uses airlines and their passengers like a piggy bank, you know, or their personal ATM. Every time they want money, they raise taxes on airlines and their passengers, because we're really good collectors, because it's hidden.
Some would say, though, Nick, that the airlines are healthy now. They're making lots of profits, though, and how do you respond when you say, hey, listen, it's but taxes and fees, but the industry is now more profitable than it's ever been in the 15 years since we've been in service? Thoughts?
A lot of thoughts on that. First of all, it's 3 years, 4 years in a row now we have made a profit. The profit is really very low relative to what other industries make. We've made about $5 a passenger with the health of the economy coming back over the last couple of years. To put it in context for you, though, since 2000, airlines have lost $35 billion and 150,000 members of their workforce. That's over 1/3 of the airline workforce in this country. And you know, every airline job creates another 360 jobs on the outer parts of the economy around aviation. So it's really important to keep it in that context. And making a little bit of money, we're now investing $1 billion a month, our airlines, back into our product. And we need to do that to compete with foreign airlines. We need a better product. We're trying to do our best, but a small profit does not give you reason to tax more and more. And as part of the budget agreement in 2013, Congress again used airlines and their passengers in ATM and more than doubled the passenger security fee from $2.50 to $5.60.
Nick, it's how can customers, how can crew members, how can the traveling public get involved and have their voice heard at the table in Washington, D.C.?
Go to airlines.org. That's airlines.org. You'll be able to read about the taxes you pay and what you can do about it. It will guide you to how you can write the administration, how you can write members of Congress to object and say, keep our taxes low.
Appreciate it. Again, Nick Calio, President, Chief Executive Officer, Airlines for America. Always, always great to have you here at JetBlue, and nice to have you at JFK Airport today.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks to JetBlue and the crew.
Thank you. Appreciate it.